what was the group that sang "Ain't No Stopping a Whitehead Man McFadden"?
What about him?
No, like just other two groups that had two male singers. Sam and Dave.
Oh, you're gonna keep naming groups that had two singers?
Yeah, two singers.
Okay.
I mean, I just kind of, a lot of people can relate to KC and JoJo without the drugs, of course.
Yeah,
we don't.
They do it for the people.
We're not really here for you to give us your musical knowledge.
I appreciate that.
Oh,
okay. Let me ask you a question.
For the people, see, you over the people head though.
Right.
You letting everybody know you know. Like everybody know the song, but they didn't know who was singing.
You're right.
Yeah, because he probably was gonna say,
you know what?
Philip Bailey and Maurice White.
No, I wasn't gonna say that. You know what I mean? They got a little ways to go for that. You know what I mean? So we're not gonna say that. I mean, that's the best 1-2 punch ever in music history. You know what I mean? You know, I'm a diehard Earth, Wind & Fire fan. Everybody knows that. Let me ask you a question. So when y'all sing songs, do y'all ever look at each other in the eyes and sing?
Did we all just look at each other like, what?
Yeah,
there you
I
go.
had to give him one. He told me, he tried
Here you go.
Well, wait a minute. You are listening to DaBlendShow on GoGoRadio.com. This is your girl, Nika Ray. I got Bootsy Vegas over here, and I got DJ D-Money right here on the one.
Yeah.
So we got our guest in here, Derrick of Vybe.
The red.
So we're going to try that again.
He is stuck right now, though.
You
really ask me that. No.
Yeah, we can.
I didn't ask you a question. Have you ever caught each other look? Like, have you ever just looked? Like, when he was singing, whenever Steve was singing a song, and he was singing real good, did you ever just cut up and look at him? To say he is singing good, though. You might have done that before, right?
You ever look at Scooby? You ever look at Scooby when you do
He ready? My nigga here, dog. I can't come back now.
Is that how the came about?
You ain't never lied, dog. I can't come back after that, man. That was a great one. That was a good comeback. One thing about you, your comeback game was on 100. You know what I mean? So, but no, have you ever watched him sing before? Like, have you ever sung and you just looked at him and said, "Well, that's my man. He in a band with me. He's singing good." Have you ever looked at him sung before?
Actually, when we do Colony South, right? First few songs. We singing songs. People sitting down, they watching. Day he came in there and sang this song. He was killing. And I looked at him like, "Hey, you trying to show me up in here or something?"
Yeah.
Hey, he murdered. And I was like, "Who the hell is that?"
Wow. That kind of, I was getting ready to ask you, coming back off of like sharing the mic, I was gonna say, have you ever brought anybody on stage and you look like, "Sam, you trying to out-sing me with my own band?"
Yeah.
And it just made you go, either you cut them short, or it made you just take off to another gear. Like, let me show you. This is.
I would never cut him short because ain't helping me. You're going to enjoy the band more because that dude was killing. I wouldn't cut him short.
Okay.
Now, you got to cut some people short that ain't doing so good, and they want to stretch the song. They don't want to get off.
Yeah.
But, nah, that hasn't happened. It may happen on, like, when I do my R&B projects a little more. And it's usually a female might come up and kill.
Okay. That's what's up.
Somebody just texted me a picture of Morris Day, so that's funny. Okay, so before we went on the break, I was just asking the situation about Miss Lady and Vybe. That was a great. One thing about it I really respect that even when you had Camise, shout out to Camise. I mean, one time you had all three of them. Like, that was an interesting dynamic, and I everybody loves the female male thing. What was the issue of why Tasha just?
When did that happen, though? When did it happen that we needed these females?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you who said to me all the time. Shout out to Deo, cause he's been we in the band together, and he said the same thing. When did we start needing him? Like, no, I don't. Why do we necessarily? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people say that.
Yeah, I mean, I love him to death, but basically, when I started Tuesdays at Tacoma, I was by myself. And just me on the front line, sang backgrounds, rap, did everything. So once I got Camise, that chemistry was super duper fire.
Hey, boo.
Shout out to Camise. Camise Lee.
And I
He had a
Songbird.
moment.
Hold on.
Man, I'm not, because that chemistry on stage, I ain't found that yet in no
Yeah.
female. She was, but she went on to, she's doing her gospel
The
thing.
gospel thing heavy.
So yeah, so that's why she left. Once she left, she actually left twice.
I know that. Yeah.
So she left. I got Tasha. And then Camise came back. So I didn't get rid of Tasha. I kept both.
Which was
Right.
probably fun for you. Did you ever look in their eyes? No. Okay. Go ahead.
What?
I said it must have been fun. 2 females. I'm being funny.
Right.
Okay.
So, the Tasha situation, after Camise left again, the Tasha situation, yeah, it was a good chemistry on stage, but everything, you can't see everything on stage.
Mhm.
So, there was some reasons for the departing. She actually left the band.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just bumping heads, disagreements, and so we just felt it was best we just part
That happens.
ways. So, I mean, that's all I can say about that.
Will you ever get another female? I'm sorry, nigga.
Yes, I probably will, but it has to be the right fit. That chemistry off the stage, on the stage,
That means a
that
lot.
right attitude, that, when I say I don't like cancers in the band,
Mhm.
and if you got a cancer, I try to cure it and get it out of there. So it's rough to manage a female, and it's rough to manage dudes that are females.
I understand.
I understand.
Okay.
Bro, if you think I don't understand, I want to be funny. I can't even be funny about it.
Once I find the right one, I don't want no diva. And
Please talk to Mike. We want to hear
I'm
this.
sorry, I don't want a diva, and I just want a fun, energetic female that's just about having fun and just has a focus on their music,
Sweet thing.
playing, not into the
Sweet thing.
that's not in.
Sweet Thing is on you right now?
Huh?
Do you know who Sweet Thing is? He whispered Sweet Thing.
Nah, I don't know.
Okay.
I do have a problem knowing who's out there now. I
Me-
don't, because I can't make it out. I got a son and he run me everywhere, and plus I work during the day. So me getting out,
Yeah.
me able to listen to the Blend Show, because it don't come, it's internet radio.
Yeah.
And then
We have to
By
get the
the
app on your
internet.
phone.
Yeah. Shots fired. Is he shooting a little bit over
nah, I'm saying they say I got to get an app on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't get the
All
app
right,
on
well,
your
give me
phone.
the app before I leave, and then I can listen.
there? Okay.
I'm gonna tune into the Blend Show
Absolutely.
from here on out.
There it is.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: who's some of out of the artists? Who's some of your favorite artists to cover?
To cover, see, I don't have a favorite artist to cover in go-go, I should say.
Okay, in the
Because in
The national
I do tributes at the Carlisle Club in Virginia. So straight out cover artists and do a tribute to their music. So I have done Anthony Hamilton, Maxwell, Earth, Wind and Fire.
You did the Earth, Wind and Fire one, didn't invite me?
Yeah, I apologize. I had your Bieber number.
He's still on.
I did Eric Benet, Rick James with Tina Marie. So my favorite artist to cover is probably Eric Benet.
That's dope.
okay.
My favorite artist is probably Stevie Wonder. And my favorite band is Earth, Wind and Fire.
You know, I did like.
Look at this dude here, man.
I never, I've always liked you, Derrick. You know what I mean?
Oh,
it's a great
God.
band. Shout out to Earth, Wind and Fire once again.
Oh, I did John B. too, and Babyface. Yep. I did tribute to them.
I'm not turning around because the camera's behind me.
She red. It's turning red right
yeah,
now.
she turning red
Just
like
John
she-
B and red. I mean, it's just gonna happen.
Well, he's
man.
trying to get on our good side around here.
Yeah, I did John
Earth, Wind and
B.
Fire and John B. You know what I mean?
Well, it was a Babyface tribute, but you know, they got that song together.
Why you turning
Wow,
so red?
this is
Yeah, they got that song
incredible.
together. So I did.
He ain't really John B.
He did. That was his very first CD called Bonafide.
He ain't really John B.
I know he's not.
Okay,
but
he's over getting red.
I'm thinking about John B. I'm not thinking about him.
Look at her. Look how she's getting red, though.
Oh, my God.
Is there some place that Vybe hasn't played that you would love to get in?
Probably, because I see everybody playing there now. Ram's Head.
Yeah.
Okay.
In live.
Yeah, and live.
Only because I played there. I sat in with the Chuck Brown tribute band there, and I did the little karaoke thing with Brian Mills, Secret Society, and the sound system off the chain.
Yes, it is. Shout out to Junior too, because Junior runs.
Junior, yeah.
I'm sorry, nigga. I'm sorry.
I just want to ask a question really quick. I know we were talking about the different people that you've worked with and the different changes within Vybe. Now, I know that you're like the head of it. You make majority of the decisions. So, when it comes to your band members, and I understand you said there's a cancer, you gotta get rid of it. But you also said that you're the only last person
member
left.
Yeah.
So do you think that would be you? Like, is the issue with you so that you've had to?
Nah. We only started with 6 people.
Okay.
All right. So say for instance, our original drummer was not a DC drummer. He's from Baltimore.
The light-skinned cat.
Yeah. So, but the fact and the effort that he put in to just learn how to play go-go, him going to get old Northeast Groover CDs, and you can hear him get licks from Stomp Dog or get a lick from Buggy, but he might not have knew where to place it because he didn't grow up playing it.
Right.
But he was solid, but it just became a hindrance to him to keep trying to grow in it. So he just decided, it's probably time for him. He can't grow anymore in it, so that's when he moved away. And then Willie came along anyway and subbed, so that energy was different. So
Shout out to Willie.
That change was for the best, right? Congos always a problem. Those are, to me, in my opinion, those are problematic instrument.
Who you telling?
Because the go-go there is so Congo heavy, they smell themselves sometimes. So I done been through a couple of them.
Wow.
On keys, it was a time when Vybe, might not have been working that much, might have been working here, working there. So some of the musicians, they weren't working other bands, do stuff like that, right? So when they did, if it conflict with me, then my take is if you chose them, that's who you play with. So I'm going to get the next keyboard player.
Right.
So that's where the changes might have happened with that.
So you're not against your band members playing in other bands as long as it just doesn't conflict with your dates?
Right. And if they got a date and I got a last minute date, then I need to make do. Because some of them are working musicians. They need to make money. So if I didn't have a date already set and you had a date, go do your gig there. Unless I really, really need you. But me, I'll be able to get a sub and figure it out.
I can dig that.
And that's where that ability to cover songs comes in, because if you got to get a last minute sub and you can't cover nothing, because everybody knows a bunch of standard songs. And if you're just playing your own grooves and your original and your keyboard player don't make it, a lot of them bands got canceled.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you this. I guess you like you say, it's a lot of circuits, quote unquote circuits, bounce beat, the crank circuit. We always see this yard battle, backyard, junkyard. A lot of time we wanted to see the groovers go up against both, if not one or all three of them or whatever. Is there any band that you sat back and be like, I like to share the stage with you and we can go song for song, your version versus my version?
Nobody. I don't do that.
And I believe you. That's probably where you got the way you got, not thinking like that.
Because my focus is not on them. Just play your music, and then we're going to play ours. I don't go into any show thinking, oh, we need to do this way. I don't care what they playing. If they playing in front of us,
I was getting ready to ask you, considering a lot of you all, when I say you all, I'm saying the cover bands, might have covered the same songs. If y'all on the same, do you adjust your set?
Nope. As long as we ain't playing it at the same time, I don't care.
Okay.
Interesting.
No, it sounds like a plan. I wanted to ask you this. Rumors. Now, I actually heard this. How close were you to being the leader of the Chuck Brown tribute band? I know a few times, even when Chuck was living, y'all had did shows. You had, you got up to Grace and you staged with him, and I was hearing that it was, it might have been you, it might have been Scooby. How close were you to taking the Chuck Brown? Or was it ever offered to you?
Nah, it was never offered to me. It was, I think Googie might have lobbied for me a little bit, but I think they somewhat when Scooby was a pick because of his guitar, and he plays guitar, and that's what I was told by Googie. That Tom told him, but at the same time too, Donnell was already somewhat a part of a band after Benny passed, so that familiar clique was there because even Kim was playing with Chuck. So they was already foot in the door already. Yeah. So then Scooby came. That was all. It was already packaged.
Would you have did it? I mean, had it been offered to you, would you have done it?
Probably would have.
Yeah.
I'd have did that.
Yeah.
Because that's my band there.
Would you just stop by to do it, or you just would have did both?
Yeah. They wasn't gigging enough. So
so it wouldn't really conflicted anyway.
Yeah. And it all depends. I mean, I don't know. I haven't played in the band, so I don't know their culture inside the band. So I might have got there and didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have played it just to say I'm in the Chuck Brown tribute band. Just because if it ain't fun, I'm gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me this is probably one of the last questions I probably want to ask you. Do you feel a sense of responsibility right now? Like, I mean, obviously being the elder statesman of somebody who's been around at this point, do you feel a sense of responsibility to go? Truthfully.
No. Only because there's still some legends out there. And I guess I'm still following the lead. And it's so much turmoil going on in the industry that it's going to take. I always say go need a government.
I would love to see how that would go.
It almost needs.
And who to be the president?
Yeah, it almost needs like a major like record label so that the focus can move towards that and like
towards the music and not
and it moves. And if you get signed with this label that's handling now all your business, or some regular booking agency that if you want to book, you need to be a part of this agency or something like that. And then that way you can wing it out. You can wing out some of the, because the negativity right now is so heavy and it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't, it's like a fire blazing and I ain't trying to jump in that fire.
Yeah.
And when anything you do, you got to see the worth. Now, do you think you're going to win the battle when you go there? Well, I don't even think I would even be respected. Because I ain't I ain't cranking. You know what I'm saying? I ain't.
Yeah.
You know,
I know what you mean.
I
you played it your way.
You got the Facebook posts of all the bands showing clips. They ride around in their cars with the picture of their radio. But it's all percussion.
No vocals, no instrumentation.
Yeah, there's no music. It's all we cranking, and it's a 2-3 minute set of a pocket. That ain't go-go.
Yeah,
that's a percussion beat.
Well, describe go-go to you?
It's music. It's a groove, and it's really just a genre. But it should be music based. Got everything first. It's music. It's music.
I respectfully disagree, and I can even go back. Let me say this: I don't disagree too much. I understand what you're saying. I can even go back to what you said about the reggae or whatever. Reggae starts with the beats to feel, and then you place the music on what the tempo of that genre of music is. To me, go-go do style with the congos and drums, and you build over the tempo of it. You know,
See, it didn't. That's not what Chuck did.
Bustin' Loose, well, you know, but Bustin' Loose, if you
Bustin' Loose, you're gonna barely hear congos.
Well,
All this earlier stuff, congos is sitting in the background.
okay, well, let me say this, and I'm sure you know, eventually, it wasn't really till right into the 90s where congos and how people mix congos, you know, when Googie and them
Correct.
came. So a lot of times, I think they were still experimenting on how they wanted it to sound. But it's still that.
But it's only really, we would say, and this is my opinion, 3 bands that truly probably made it out. And that'd be Chuck, that'd be Trouble, and that'd be EU. And then when EU did their album,
Mhm.
when they came back, we didn't accept them. They had to go get in Maisha Band.
Yeah.
We didn't accept them because it wasn't the authentic thing that we want to hold in captivity
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So if you ain't playing this way here, get out our circle, or
Well, that's-
we gonna hate on you. We can't come back home,
Yeah.
but the rest of the world is not gonna appreciate what we're doing, because guess what? We can play. You can have a crank in this pocket you want tonight. Why can't you recreate that the next day? Because there was no rhyme or reason in what you was doing. You don't know what you was doing.
Sometimes just to fail.
Yeah.
Sometimes just to fail, yeah.
But that's not going to sell to the rest of the world, because they can't reproduce it.
Well,
Because you got to play the music that another city gonna cover.
Well, the thing is this though. I think the main problem is that how can we get these go-go bands to put it in 3 minutes and 30 seconds? You know, structure the song, the beat. You know, I mean, the beats can be there. They just don't know how. It can't sound like a live PA
It's
tape.
not gonna be a beat there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's not gonna be a beat there then, because you're gonna have to put that music in there. The music piece has to come in.
Yeah.
Somewhere. So how you gonna fit? If you got an intro, you got a verse, chorus, bridge. Where your beat coming in at? That you got they ain't doing no more extended versions records like they used to do
Absolutely.
back in the day.
It's 3 minutes.
And the
30
radio
seconds.
ain't playing no 7-minute song. You better get to your point, and it better come on sounding like something. As soon as it hit, it better be produced right, it better be engineered right, and it better come on right and hit you as soon as it come on.
Well, let me. Well, you know, obviously we get so many. But what do you think the future of go-go is? I mean, and obviously you know what current status is right now. You know, we even talked about some of the things, people in the fire. You know, at this point, what do you think the future of go-go is?
I think it's here to stay. I think that, I mean, it's a million go-go bands right now. I think there's going to be a cleanup where some are just going to fall off. The strong going to survive and continue to play. And then just because go-go is so influenced by the radio, regardless if they're playing covers or originals or whatever. And just to talk about originals, it's not really an original if it's just a groove you made up. Original would be a song, like you said. It's going to be a verse, hook, verse, and maybe a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
It's not you playing some groove and you yelling some chant you made up. That's not an original. I mean, that's an original to you, but that's not a song. That's not a song. But what I think, even with all these getting compressed on where you can and cannot play, it's going to phase a lot of bands out. And I think it may, you know, flatline the industry a little bit for it to be built back up the correct way, because you can't take it away. Too many people love it. It's not going anywhere. So it'll bleed out somewhere. But I think it's more so in a cleaning stage right now.
Wow, that's interesting.
Well, something I ask everybody when they come inside the blend to do is show us a little bit of your talent. So do you mind singing?
See his face
for
up
us?
like, what the fuck
Yeah.
you mean shows all talent? What do you mean? Yeah.
Just your voice, just you singing. I don't know anything.
He
about
thought we
anything
figured out his dancer name from back.
else. Like you gonna break. What is it? Dangerous D?
Dangerous D.
Yeah, they got hear it. They can't watch it. Watch me dance.
I mean, we can record it and you can do it.
Yeah, we can watch it.
I just don't want you to hurt nothing. Please don't hurt
That's what you wanted to go with.
I'm trying to figure who was better,
I got you.
Dangerous D or Genuine.
You said Genuine. That's funny.
Didn't he break dance
Yeah,
too?
he did break dance.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Elgin. Shout out to Elgin.
Elgin, okay.
Elgin
I might
Lumpkin.
have forgot the words. I wanted to pick this song. I don't know what I'd do without it. I didn't want to face or even chance another day.
Man up, Nika.
Baby, you came to me in my time of need.
Big bowl of Jello over here.
When I need. Needed you.
Stick of butter.
You weren't there for me, baby. The love from you.
I'm ashamed of you right
now. Can I stop now?
Please stop, please.
Hey, look here, man. That's my man Derrick right there. That's the sounds of Vibe in the Blend Show tonight. You know what I'm talking about? Real talk. Nika Ray is like bloodshot right now.
Control it, though.
She ready to go down.
See, like I'm saying, right? She might not like cover bands, but if somebody cover John B,
she there.
She good.
It'll be the best Shoobie Doobie band in the world.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at
That's
her.
what it is. Hey, Derrick, real talk, man. I appreciate you taking time out your schedule, man. Coming
what
through.
band was it?
I wasn't never scared.
Oh.
Bootsy Vegas.
No problem, man. I'm with
E.
You going to do forever.
Hey, can you do the uh-oh?
Hey, Derrick, this your time, man. Tell them where the Vibe is getting down, man. The shout-outs, how to get in touch with you, all that good stuff.
You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at DCVYBE. Also, somebody put us, I didn't do it. But I'm grateful that they did. They put us in the Battle of the Bands down at the Harbor.
The contest that's going down.
Yeah, so we made the cut.
Really?
Yeah, really. Like you surprised.
Yeah. You know, Shoobie Doobie been branching out, so I can imagine.
Yeah. We actually can play other places. They're not gonna let the uh-ohs down there.
Yeah. Shout out to Secret Society. He's pretty on fire right now, though.
Hey, so you can go on the National Harbor Facebook page to vote for Vibe.
That's what's up. Man.
Also, every Thursday we have martinis. I do R&B the first. Let me get this together. First and the third Thursdays at OTI from 7 to 10 is free of charge. So that's just a little 4-piece band that we're doing. First Saturdays we at Tacoma Station. This week, Friday, my man Dwayne Nutt celebrating his birthday, so we're going to be at the Howard Theater.
At the High.
The High Theater.
Coming down for that.
Yeah. We'll be at the High Theater this Friday, Sunday. No work on Monday, so we're going to be at Tacoma Station. And if those y'all don't know, Tacoma Station is my favorite place to play. I love that place. And that's about it right now. Second and fourth Saturdays, we at the Colony South Decoy Lounge. There's some other things coming up, but I can't remember all this stuff.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, we're going to Dallas, too. Watch the Redskins punish
Say it.
the Cowboys.
Hello.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And we planned on that Saturday. I think we had the Renaissance Hotel that Saturday. Also, maybe Sunday night, I think, Backyard will be playing. So if you book on that trip, you'll have entry into the Vibe show as well as the Backyard show.
Wow.
That's what's up. I'm
That's
thinking
dope.
about that trip, too.
Yeah.
Just to do something
I still
different.
want to go to the stadium, so I might want to do it, too. Finally, I do want to go to their stadium just to piss in it.
Did I tell you a story I did when I went to Houston All-Star game last year? I blessed the stadium. Yeah, literally. I did that as a Redskin fan. I had it on video. I wasn't allowed to put it up, but yeah, it's official. I'm
gonna put it up.
Once again, Derrick, thank you so much for coming through, homeboy. Real talk, man. Hey, is it? You know, he kind of left a couple things we be saying. We called you all the king of Shoobie Doobie. You're not offended by that, are you?
No, that ain't no problem. I mean,
all right, we're gonna keep doing it then.
Shoobie Doobie with, as long as we the king.
We call you all the king of Shoobie Doobie.
But you know what though? I do think that I got a different insight. And I think people should really take some of what you said is just do you, master whatever it is you want to do, take it as serious as you want to do it, just do it, and not focus on battling and all that. You know what I mean? And
I did the other thing though.
Yeah.
I mean, I played. I mean, I don't. We didn't call it that back then, though. But I did the style of go where.
The battles,
the competitive.
Yeah,
right. I did that. Man. Grew out of it.
And the only reason I brought that up is because, like I said, it's no disrespect, but we will say it, and I don't want, you know what I'm saying, you here, and you know how we know how they go. And I'm like, look, man, we called him that when he was in the building. It's a salute to what you all do, because you all are the best to do it. So,
and I think sometimes people take it too deep into it. You know what I mean? Like they're digging too deep into it. You know what I mean? Like it's just, you know, people call bounce beat garbage or bounce, whatever they call it. You know what I mean? Everybody has whatever you may call it or whatever. You know what I mean? So I think sometimes people be digging into it a little bit too much. They be making it seem worse than what it is. And if people know me, they know I'm kind of on joke time anyway. Like
that's what it is. It's about 8 minutes to the top of the hour.
Nico's about to say something.
Nico Ray?
I just had one quick question now that you mentioned it. Derrick, do you listen to bounce beat? How do you feel about the bounce beat circuit?
I don't listen to it. I was at Convention Center. They had a Go-Go Awards there. And for the first time, I saw TCB playing. And I looked on stage. I said, "Man, them dudes my age, they was playing in bands."
Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that Erky was up there. I was like, I was shocked to see them up there playing it, right? But then I saw the people, them little young people was in there, the floor was shaking. I said, oh my God. It was real interesting to me. But, I mean, nah, I don't listen to it. Because I wouldn't be able to go in there. It's the people around me, I would feel real old.
But I mean, like, you're not against it or...
Against nothing. You just play what you're going to play. I mean, I wouldn't try to go and play on a show with a bounce beat band playing in front of me. That would be
I mean, that I understand. And I understand you don't listen to it, but I mean, like, there are some people that don't listen to it because they say they don't like it. So that's why I'm asking.
Nah, I probably don't like it. But, I mean, you know, they might have a groove that's cranking, though. Like, there's some of them bands, they call them the alphabet bands, right? That's what I heard somebody call them alphabet bands.
Yep.
But they might have a little catchy song on the radio, and that would be nice.
The Know Me's.
T.O.B. No,
T.O.B. They got a song called
Know Me. You know what I mean? Which is real catchy. It's
right. But I wouldn't know who they are. They wouldn't know, but
you would like them.
Right, I probably would.
You would really like T.O.B.
Chuck actually performed with them.
Okay.
Yeah. They take a lot of older songs, R&B songs, and bounce them.
They're definitely creative because they took the intro to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show and made a song out of it.
Yeah. They're very creative.
Wow. Boosie Vegas, show some love,
homeboy. I just want to thank Derrick. You know, I've known Derrick for a long time, man. And I didn't know how people thought this was going to go or whatever. But
offer no gum to nobody, though.
Yeah, you be all right, man. You ain't offering no alcohol. But let me say this, man. I really feel like I do have a different perspective of you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody can really knock if somebody want to do exactly what they want to do, and that's what's making them win. You know what I mean? Like, we can all judge or say how we would do things, but I definitely have a different perspective on your philosophy. You know what I mean? And I know how hard you work and how many circles you traveled in to get there. You know what I mean? So I just want to say good luck, and I want to thank you for coming. You know what I mean? Because people really thought this was going to be something that it really wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know you or anything, so, but I just want to thank you for coming, though, man. Straight up, like, I've known you for a long time.
So you're not gonna do that?
Dude, you're just so funny, man. I'm gonna thank Mike for coming. thank Derrick for coming, man. I'm done. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Happy Hump Day, and I will definitely be out this week. So yeah, but thank you, Derrick, for coming, man.
No problem. Yeah.
Nigga Ray.
Shout out to all of our DB1s, and
he's good.
From this moment on, I think Derrick is going to be a DB1. we're going to have to get the app on his phone so he can listen to the show and he can be a DB1.
Yeah.
But shout out to everybody that was listening. Shout out to Shani B that was holding it down on Monday once again. A sweet thing that came through on Monday. And shout out to Derrick. Definitely appreciate you coming through and not getting sick today.
Yeah, man.
Definitely appreciate
Something
that.
happening. You know what I mean?
I must have been a bug going around that day. 24 hours. I don't know.
It happens.
Yeah, it happened.
Yeah.
Nah, because I didn't want to come in here and then not be able to show any of my talents and not sing. I'd have had to do that. Oh, can you do that?
On that note, hey, look here, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is the Blend Show. We do this each and every Monday and Wednesday right here on GoGoRadio.com, man. Boosie Vegas, you got any appearances this weekend?
No. I'm finishing. I'm gonna say this. I am finished mixing and mastering, and it'll be something debuting in a few weeks in here.
Okay.
Finally.
You said that 2 weeks ago. Anyway.
Nika Ray, you got any appearances this weekend?
This weekend is Labor Day weekend, so.
It is?
Yeah.
Damn.
It is Labor Day weekend. I'm thinking about checking out the party at the 930 Club with Backyard TCB and New Impressions.
Absolutely. Shout out to New Impressions.
There's also,
my favorite CD.
I think R.E. Sugar Bear and Subtle Thoughts, I think, are playing at Ibiza, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow.
And Vybe at Tacoma Station.
Vybe is at Tacoma Station. What day? Sunday?
Sunday.
Oh, okay. Well, Vybe is at Tacoma Station. I haven't seen Vybe in a couple years, so I might have to make a
Vybe
check.
is at Tacoma Station on Sunday.
Well, I'm going to come through and do
That's what we need.
That's what's up.
All right, that's what it is. Hey, look here, man. You can catch me this Sunday. My team might hang out with me. I'm going to be rocking up there at the Newtown rooftop right there at 1336 U Street from 3 to 6. And I guess once you leave there, you can go on uptown to the party with the good Vybe Band, the KC and JoJo of Go-Go. All right? Hey, look here, man. This is what we're going to do. I always say it about this time. It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. On behalf of the Blend Show, GoGoRadio.com. I want to thank my man Mike, TMZ, Go-Go affiliate, for hanging out here with us.
GMZ.
Hey, look here, man. We up, we out. Good night.